What's up, you guys? Let's read some energy. Actually, I don't even know why I turned the camera on. There is a message that's coming through that 11 on the clock I need to say, or something like that. I don't know. It's regarding the twin flame journey and or these higher level of commitment, divine unions. Only take what resonates, because this is only what I'm hearing, and this is only what I understand based on my experiences and based on what I have read here and what Spirit is going to say right now, honestly. Okay, but just take what resonates, okay? The twin flame or any sort of divine union happens on the astral plane first. The physical humans come together. Look at this. The twin flame card. And the Queen of Wands. I don't know. So, alright. Great. Okay, let me sit up for this. Hello. Okay. So, generally speaking, the twin flame union happens on the astral plane. First, the humans meet each other, and then there's a union on the astral plane, and then it's like break time. It's like the universe says, it's like a huddle and then like a break, okay? It's like the universe says, okay, the two of you want to be together? All right, the two of you, we're putting you together, or... I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh my god, why am I sneezing right now? Now I'm yawning? What the fuck? Oh my god! Okay, what the hell? Alright. The message is regarding the twin flame journey or any sort of a higher level of commitment. As you guys know, everything happens everything happens on the astral plane before it happens in the material plane. Okay, so there are all of these soul contracts, everything, all of that, all happens on the astral plane first. Okay, this is the message. This is a very clear message for somebody. I'm hearing your man. Okay, but all right. So, okay, I need to simmer down. I feel like there's a divine masculine who's trying to speak to his divine feminine, and they're in separation. And the message that this divine masculine is trying to say, and this divine masculine... It sounds like, to me, the divine masculine feels like he can't speak to the feminine. Alright, we're doing a reading, I guess. The message that I'm receiving for someone, and the message that I feel called to share, is that somewhere on the astral plane, there was a union that was created between two people. Once that union is created, once it is approved by the divine, right, that is literally what will happen. Generally speaking, one of the parties will channel some weird shit about some past life stuff. That's just my experience. That might not be your experience, okay? So that part you can leave out if you don't feel like that's your experience. But there's always like an inner knowing, or an inner feeling, or an inner magnetism. And it's listening to this guidance of whatever it is that you need to do. Because basically what I understand is that people come together on the spiritual plane first, they create a union, and then the physical bodies are supposed to come together. Well, technically the humans come together first for just a minute, separate, then on the astral plane they create a union, and then they go on their separate journeys, and they elevate as much as they can. Well, first there's a choice that one or both divine counterparts have to choose, okay? One is, do you want to be a divine counterpart? Do you want to be in a relationship where you have a divine counterpart who is going to not necessarily mirror you, but can not internalize mirror you, not like that, like, but more so like recognize patterns within the other person, right? So it's not really like, when you're in a divine partnership, it's not perfect, but you don't necessarily mirror each other so much, because two parties are so accountable and self-accountable and self-aware that they don't have to mirror each other, okay? A karmic relationship, which can evolve into a higher level of sort of a soul, we'll say a soul connection, okay? A soulmate. That's generally the type of a relationship where the karmic where there are two people who are not self-aware, one or two people who are not self-aware, self-accountable, and or are trying to reach a level of self-accountability and self-awareness to be divine, so to speak, in a divine partnership. But a karmic relationship generally is just two people who are mirroring each other, and it's like the chaos kind of builds to a point where it's like you have to look at something within yourself, okay? And that usually ends in like some sort of a weird separation, and maybe it doesn't, because like I said, you can transform karmic relationships into soulmate relationships or higher level divine counterparts if the two are choosing to be self-accountable. There is another journey, however, though, that once this union or this takes place, this union, because the union, all that does is it's a combining of energy, and it's an integrating of energy within the two people. It is taking somebody else's energy and putting it in you so that you have like extra superpowers, so to speak, okay, and like taking your energy and putting it in somebody else so that they have extra superpowers. Now, whether they want to hold on to those superpowers, right, and that extra energy and those extra experiences and that extra knowledge and those extra downloads and all of that stuff, that depends on them and whether or not they want to discipline themselves to be a temple for the divine, to walk a divine path. Okay, now the message is gone, but the message that I'm receiving is somewhere along the lines of like, I don't know, I just keep hearing like somebody can feel their divine counterpart with them. And it's like, it's almost like, I'm hearing stabilizing, but that's not, it almost is making that person feel grounded by having them there, but it's like that person really is supposed to focus on stabilizing themselves and grounding themselves, because they're kind of creating some sort of empiric attachment, okay? And that is not what you want to do, because that's how we end up in karmic, that's how divine partnerships and twin flame partnerships can turn into karmic relationships, and then you have to go back and revisit lifetime after lifetime trying to fix this shit, and then you don't end up in union, and everybody is, pissed off about that because whatever they did, they have this spiritual amnesia that they come back in this life and they don't remember that that's what happened in a past life. Okay, all right. What else was there? Okay, let's just go through all of it. What else, Spirit? There was something else. Yeah, so when you come into union, it really, you don't have to choose that person either. Like, you don't have to. I mean, that depends on who it is. Yeah, Four of Cups, you can be picky. So, right. The twin flame card just keeps wanting to come out. I feel like there might be some sort of a long distance relationship. Somebody's thinking about you. Somebody's just not juggling as much. Somebody's really obsessed as well. And somebody is wishing on a star. There might be a surprise coming in soon, and somebody wants more reciprocity. Somebody wants to be able to emotionally connect with you, and somebody is taking time to be able to do that as well. I feel like whatever you do there is going to be a victory. This was in the reverse position, however, so I'm going to say that I do feel like somebody is going through some sort of spiritual warfare, and or somebody is starting to understand spiritual warfare a little bit more. This is a card that says that somebody needs to take time and meditate more. Let's see what other cards come through. Ancestors of the Highest White Light. Page of Pentacles in the reverse position. The Page of Pentacles to me indicates somebody, generally it's like a young earth sign who's spoiled. But just take what resonates, you guys. But it can also just be like a spoiled person. I mean, some people are just not like ready for the twin flame journey, and that's okay. And that's when you have to choose a solitary journey. I hope that I don't lose subscribers for this, you guys. I hope that you guys still love me, because I still love you, and I just want the truth to get out there, because I feel like there are too many people who it's taking too many lifetimes for people to get through these soul contracts and these soul ties and these karmic shit, and it's like, and people, and I feel like a lot of people get caught in this like spiritual anointing, like I have a twin flame, therefore I am you know, anointed, but it's like it's an energy, and that's and it's an energy, and that and it's getting caught in the materialism and the ego of it, of I don't know, you guys. Okay, what else? Spirit, ancestors of the highest way of light. I do feel like there is somebody who is going to move forward. I do feel like there is somebody here who is hearing this message. You don't have to worry about it. Your heart is not going to be broken. There is divine movement forward. I feel like there is somebody who is working on integrating their divine masculine and divine feminine energy within themselves. I'm also hearing something about as long as you are like pulling on as long as you are pulling on your divine counterpart's energy, it's making it difficult for them to be able to do the healing that they need to do, which is postponing the reconciliation, the reunion, okay? And it is my understanding that as you separate frequencies lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and just take what resonates, okay? But as you separate frequencies, and if you even, like, because there are people who will go on a solitary journey, and their frequency, they can become their own flame. They can become their own, they are their own twin flame. So there is an elevation process that's happening, and it's like, and I use this term very light, but don't get left behind. And honestly, the only way that you can get left behind is by not taking accountability, by not being self-aware, not taking accountability, and not being disciplined enough to change whatever it is that you need to change to come into the awakening of you, and to be emotionally fulfilled by yourself too. The Chariot is a card of discipline. What else? Spirit, ancestors of the highest white light. And we don't know what's going on in the astral plane too. And past lives, you know, like if somebody's holding on to somebody who will say is in a karmic relationship. Well, this karmic relationship may have been, I'm hearing like, it's like I'm hearing somebody's karmic relationship. Somebody is in a karmic relationship to get protection from the divine counterpart, because the divine counterpart won't let go. Now that is just take what resonates, you guys, but like, I mean, that shit can happen. And you know, who's to say that somebody doesn't, you know, offer somebody something better in this lifetime, so to speak. I'm hearing it. You guys, please just take what resonates. Okay, if this is not your story, it's not your story, okay? If it is your story, it is your story. But it is a good general rule, I think, and if this does offend anybody, then it is probably your story. It probably hit something, and somebody needs to look and see how it hits, where it hits, and that's going to help you to heal. It's like there is somebody here who is like, I just don't like it when people take the twin flame journey and the divine counterpart and all of that stuff and they turn it into like an ego thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you can't just sit in that energy. That's stagnant. The universe is always expanding. We are always expanding. We are always raising frequency. Who's to say that you're supposed to just stay complacent? That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm saying. That's not necessarily my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. But that is what I'm hearing. And that might have been like an issue too, like in a past life for somebody. And that's like a lesson that they're trying to, this is what I'm hearing. That's a lesson that they're trying to learn in this life. While their divine counterpart is with somebody else who's helping to protect them from the other one who's like sulking and sulking's not the right word, but who just can't let it go necessarily. And I know what it feels like to be connected to somebody's energy too. You guys know I've been celibate for most of my life, so I am very cognizant of my energy. So when I know how to say yes, or 1444 right on the clock. I know how to say yes and I know how to say no. On the astral plane, on the human plane, I know how to, and I know also that when you let go and you cut the cord and you forget about them, that does not necessarily mean that you will never see them again, is also what I know and understand. And it's like, and what I know from like looking at the astral plane and like hearing stories and understanding things about things, I also know and understanding energy that the more that you, and having people hold on to my energy a lot, the more I hold on, the more that people hold on to my energy, the more I want to let it go, because it can feel restricting. It's like there is somebody who has a, it's like we have one counterpart here, one divine counterpart, we're going to say, who's having like a midlife crisis or something. Not a midlife crisis, a mid-awakening crisis. I don't know. But there's a counterpart here who's in some sort of stagnant energy, and then this, yeah. And then the counterpart is in a third-party relationship with somebody else who somehow there's this element that whatever their sun sign is, the element is helping this, I'm hearing divine masculine, actually, I'm hearing. So it's like there's a feminine energy who wants this divine masculine who's with a feminine energy, and the reason that he's with this feminine energy is for that ancestral protection, and because of whatever her sun sign is and whatever is in her birth chart, which helps with his situation, that his individual journey. That's another thing that I'm hearing too. Like, their individual journey is an individual journey. You can have a journey within a journey, but you have to respect the individual's journey within the journey too, okay? I know that that's easier said than done, but like, that's just what it is. And if you are following that path, then that's just how that's just what you have to understand. Those are the rules. Just take what resonates. Don't, obviously, like, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, right? And these are only, my experiences, and I'm just sharing with you guys what I'm sharing with you guys. But yeah, we all end up in the same place in the end, though, and the goal is the same. It is to elevate and to inspire and to raise frequency together so we can get where we're trying to go together, right? Yeah. Aha. Okay. Sending you guys so much love. Thanks for being here. Bye.